3 million pages, 200,000 images, thousands of videos. That's what has just been made public in the Jeffrey Epstein case. And inside it, the story of a powerful man who abused young girls for decades, shielded by money and a system that looked away. But this is no longer just about Jeffrey Epstein. It's about the people who moved around him. Politicians, billionaires, royalty, celebrities, global power networks. And yes, names connected to India as well. But before we get into Indian names, Indian power and Indian politics, there's something that needs to be said clearly and upfront. The story is not about a powerful man and his friends. It's about survivors, the girls who were abused, the women who spoke up, and the institutions that completely failed them. Let me explain. Now, before we get into today's episode, I want to share something special with you. The News Minute is turning 12 next week. Yes, 12 years of reporting, and honestly, we wouldn't be here without you, our viewers and readers who've been with us on this journey throughout. We really value that. So I thought, let's do something fun, something different for a change. Ask me anything. Anything you want to know about us, our work, and how we do what we do. So write to me at lme@thenewsminute.com with your questions, and I'll answer them in a special episode. And like I always keep reminding you, we need you to keep supporting us. So you can scan the QR code on your screen or click the link in the description and pay any amount of your choice to keep the show going. Now, what exactly are the Epstein files? Jeffrey Epstein was a wealthy American financier who died by suicide in jail while he was on trial on sex trafficking charges. The files are a vast collection of investigation records, court documents, emails, and grand jury material gathered over several years. In late 2025, under political pressure, the US Congress forced their release. So why do Indians appear in the Epstein files? Not because India was central to Epstein's abuse network, but because Epstein functioned as something else too. A fixer, a connector, a man who traded in access. And Indian power, like power everywhere, sometimes intersected with that role. The most significant Indian name in the documents is Anil Ambani. The files show that Epstein and Anil Ambani were in regular contact between 2017 and 2019. Remember, Epstein was convicted in 2008 for soliciting prostitution from a minor. He was registered a sex offender, and this got international coverage. So most people who were in contact with Epstein after 2008 clearly knew who he was and what he was capable of doing. So what did Anil Ambani and Epstein really discuss? Ambani sought Epstein's help in expanding his defense business. For instance, he wanted Epstein to link him with former Israeli PM Ehud Barak. When Anil Ambani faced an insolvency ruling in 2019, he sought Epstein's advice on how to raise a personal loan of $750 million. Months after Trump became president in 2017, Anil Ambani wanted Epstein's help to reach Trump's team. Later, Ambani wanted Epstein to put pressure and ensure that David Petraeus, a retired general of the US Army, becomes America's ambassador to India. Though these two men talked a lot about it, Petraeus did not become the ambassador. In March 2017, Ambani claimed Delhi leadership wanted help to meet Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner and Steve Bannon, a far-right ideologue. He also claimed leadership wanted assistance for a Modi visit to Washington, D.C. Now, did Anil Ambani have any authorization from the Modi government to make such requests? That's not established through these emails or messages. What is clear is that Ambani positioned himself as a back channel, and Epstein referred to Ambani several times as Modi's man. Epstein also spoke about PM Modi's visit to Israel. In the first week of July, Narendra Modi visited Israel, becoming the first Indian Prime Minister to do so. In a correspondence with someone named Y. Jaber, Epstein wrote that Modi danced and sang in Israel for the benefit of the US president. He claimed that Trump's strategy had worked. The Ministry of External Affairs has dismissed these emails, calling them trashy ruminations by a convicted criminal. Emails also show Epstein using sexualized language in conversations with Anil Ambani and also inviting Ambani to his island. There is no evidence, though, of Anil Ambani making such a visit. All of this actually points to an uncomfortable truth: that Epstein remained socially useful long after his conviction, and that his worldview, including casual objectification of women, spilled into elite networking. Other Indian names appear too. One of the most discussed names is Hardeep Singh Puri, now India's Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas. Emails show multiple exchanges between Epstein and Puri starting in 2014, again well after Epstein's 2008 conviction as a sex offender. In June 2014, Epstein introduced Puri to LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman, describing Puri as "your man in India." Puri was a retired diplomat then and a BJP member. Puri and Hoffman met at Silicon Valley, and later Puri sent a detailed email in November 2014 to both Epstein and Hoffman about investment opportunities in India's internet sector. The documents show Puri met Epstein at his Manhattan townhouse at least thrice. In December 2014, Puri wrote to Epstein asking when he would return from his exotic island. When the Wire asked Puri why he used the word exotic, he said he may have merely repeated an adjective someone else had used. Little St. James in US Virgin Islands is the property most closely tied to Epstein. A number of the allegations against him relate to incidents that allegedly happened on this very island. Puri has told the media that his interactions with Epstein were strictly professional and related to economic outreach. Again, here is the uncomfortable layer. These meetings did happen years after Epstein had already pleaded guilty and registered as a sex offender. Puri also doubled down at a press conference later, attempting to minimize Epstein's 2008 conviction.
In 2008, he pled guilty, yes, for a charge that he was soliciting the favors of a woman who was underage. That was it.
That was it. The union minister is saying, essentially reducing a conviction for abusing a child to a vague description of soliciting the favors of an underage woman. It reveals how he views the crime itself, as something small enough to be brushed aside rather than a serious act of child sexual abuse. Another Indian name that has drawn attention is businessman and investor Ravi Mantha. Emails show him setting up meetings with Epstein and later following up in ways that suggest a desire to remain within Epstein's close circle. Mantha was the BJP's advisor in 2014. There's no evidence in the files of criminal conduct linked to him either. Then there's Indian-American author Deepak Chopra. Thousands of documents reference his name. It's clear that Epstein and Chopra were close. Their conversations move into deeply uncomfortable territory. There's pseudo-scientific language, sexualized banter, and objectification of women. At one point, the man who peddles spirituality for a living says God is a construct. Cute girls are real. Of course, revolting conversation is not the same as evidence of trafficking or abuse. Chopra, on his part, has denied any involvement in any criminal or exploitative conduct. Now, what all these exchanges reveal once again is how these elite circles function. And in India, there's of course the question of how a large part of the media is not even reporting any of this. There are a couple of other Indian names which appear in passing, including filmmaker Meera Nair. Epstein says he attended a party at his associate Ghislaine Maxwell's house in celebration of a movie. He says Meera Nair was there. But many AI-generated images of Meera, her son New York Mayor Zoran Mamdani with Epstein have been doing rounds for a while now. This is another problem the world is facing ever since the release of the Epstein files. Names have been magnified, distorted, and weaponized. AI-generated images have been circulated. Associations have been exaggerated, and this is how voyeurism operates. It does not wait for evidence, it feeds on attention. And while that happens, survivors once again slip out of focus. Survivors of Epstein's abuse have been speaking up for nearly 30 years now. In the 1990s, Maria Farmer reported Epstein to the FBI, and nothing happened. In 2008, Epstein received a sweetheart deal charged with solicitation rather than child sexual abuse or trafficking, and he served just over 1 year. Media coverage often sanitized what he'd done, describing it as prostitution rather than naming it for what it actually was: abuse of young girls. By 2019, when Epstein was arrested again, survivors like Virginia Giuffre, Courtney Wild, and Jennifer Arose came forward publicly. They were children when the abuse began. Epstein died by suicide in jail before the trial, and justice was denied yet again. Now in 2026, the pattern repeats itself. The identities of survivors were exposed, they were re-traumatized, and the Department of Justice says there are no grounds for any further prosecutions. And finally, why does this matter in India? Because it reveals something deeply familiar. Informal power, back channels, elite insulation, and plausible deniability. And because it forces us to examine not just who appears in these files, but how we consume them as well. The Epstein files show how abuse survives inside systems and how easily survivors are pushed aside once elite reputations enter the frame. The scandal is not that powerful Indians appear in the Epstein files. The scandal is that Epstein could remain useful to power after everything. And the cost of all of that usefulness was paid by children then and now.